welcome back to the channel. This time we're in Curacao at the Blue Bay Resort. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of our 2-bedroom garden villa. We really enjoyed our stay here. It was almost like staying in an Airbnb, but you're at a resort. There's plenty to do: golf, beach, food, you name it. But this villa in particular was very unique because it had a 180-degree panoramic view of the nature around you. This villa is like home away from home, but probably better than your actual home. I mean, the vibes here were immaculate. Full kitchen, which we totally used for creating breakfast and snacks. We put everything in the refrigerator that we got from the grocery store. I love the way the bedrooms are separated from the common areas because the master bedroom has its own private sliding door to keep the air conditioning in at night, because the bedrooms are actually the only air conditioned areas in the villa. The bathroom was spacious enough where you have double sinks and areas to put your toiletries, double mirrors in case you want to get ready at the same time, a spacious walk-in shower with an adjustable handle so you can wash that sand off of your feet, and a window to get the breeze in to help you air dry if you choose to do so. Now, we only stayed here for 2 nights because we were heading over to the other side of the island to stay at an Airbnb in Gentile. But for the 2 days that we were here, we really took advantage of all of the amenities with the exception of golf. This villa is almost 1,300 square feet. It sleeps 4 people, but if you use the couch, you can probably get away with sleeping 6. It overlooks the pool area, and there are a few other private villas in proximity, but it feels very private. Now, on the way to the other side of the villa, in the middle is the second bathroom and the second bedroom close to the front door. This bedroom is almost the same size, and it does have an adjoining bathroom that's similarly appointed as what I call the master. There's also a desk in here and backlighting and desk lighting. When my husband and I are comparing different resorts to stay when we go on vacation, we always try to get the largest space within our budget. So we're looking at square footage or square meters. And this particular villa just really exceeded our expectations because there were 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, which means we each can have our own separate spaces. Even though we sleep together, we can have our suitcases in separate rooms. We can use separate bathrooms and not be bumping into each other, even though we share a bedroom and a bathroom when we're at home. The garden areas of the resort are very lush and tropicals, and the pathways lead you to various walk paths that lead you around the resort. This resort does have communities of local residents and expats as well. We did rent a car from North Star Car Rental, highly recommended, because Blue Bay is about a 15-minute drive from the airport. They do offer transportation, but we just wanted to do more on the island and decided to rent a car. Now, the beach restaurants are also super delicious. When we travel to the Caribbean, we typically do all-inclusive, but in Curacao, the all-inclusive options are very limited. Luckily, the food options are not super expensive, so you can get food relatively well priced without breaking the budget. The beach resort, we ended up here around sunset on our first day, and it did not disappoint. The sunset was beautiful. There are some art sculptures built by local artists, and folks were just enjoying themselves, playing in the sand and laying out. I didn't jump into the ocean straight away because we were just orienting ourselves around the resort, but I did put my toes in the sand and get my feet wet just to test the water, and it was quite warm, which was really a surprise for this time of year. The Curacao is pretty far south in the Caribbean, not too far from the equator, so I wasn't too surprised that the water was so pleasant. This is our second time in Curacao together, but I actually used to come here as a child because my family lives here. My mom's sister lives in Curacao for many years, and I love coming back here to visit her. The supermarket is not too far away. It's about a 5-minute drive from the villa, if that. And it was super crowded this day. I think this was a Saturday evening, so a lot of people were getting ready for Sunday dinner, nights out on the town. I had no idea that there were so many colors of this triple sec liqueur, but I decided to get some mixed cocktails that already came in a mini bottle just to pour over ice as a nightcap. This was the Bacardi Roasted Pineapple Rum Punch. This was 12.5 alcohol, so closer to a glass of wine. The next day, we head into town to go to an ocean club called Saint-Tropez. My cousin recommended this space because she really loves the food here, and she was right. But before we get to the food, I want to show you around this resort. It is a boutique hotel right on the ocean front, not too far from Willemstad. There is an infinity pool, a bar, and the seating area is right up against the ocean waves. I mean, you're sitting right next to the rocks where you think you're gonna get wet, but you actually don't get wet, which is pretty cool. Now, this is around brunch time, and I love how when you order a coffee in European or Eurocentric places, they end up giving you an espresso, and I'm not mad about that. Now, what I decided to order from this restaurant was a very hard choice because everything sounded delicious. And that, in fact, was the case. Everything we ordered was fresh and delicious. When we got back to the villa, I decided to open up all of the sliding doors to get that full 180 panoramic view. It allowed for that tropical breeze to just flow through and hit you with that salty air and just swift you into paradise. The sun was shining, the weather was perfect. It was about 90 degrees or 85 degrees Fahrenheit with very little humidity, so it didn't feel sticky or icky. It was just nice and hot, what you would expect from a tropical location. The crazy thing was, while we were here for the full 2 days, we didn't see any neighbors. Now, we did see some people at the pool. Like I said, this is a full resort, but we really felt like we had the place all to ourselves. Now, just take a look at how stunning this panoramic view is. This private patio area where you can just lounge and chill, have a cocktail, and then just relax. Why go anywhere else? My family was coming over in a couple of hours, so I decided to just clean up a little and get some snacks ready so we can enjoy the afternoon together. My mom was actually born on a nearby island, Aruba, and moved to Grenada as a young child, which is where our family heritage really comes from. So anytime I'm in the Caribbean, it really just feels like home. That evening, we decided to go back to the resort restaurant because we didn't really feel like driving at night into unknown streets around Curacao. So we ordered literally the same thing we had the day before. This pizza was amazing and the wings were fantastic. So why mess up a good thing? We just ordered the same thing we already had. And they were getting ready to close. They closed around 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening. Now, this is our last day in Blue Bay, and as you can see, all of the debris blew in from the breeze from having the doors open the day before. But I decided to just open the shades instead of opening up the entire sliding door system because we were just going to be taking our time, getting dressed, packing our suitcase, cleaning up the villa, and just taking our time because we knew we were going to have a little bit of a journey ahead of us to get to our next destination. So we did buy some ice cream before we left the grocery store, so we had to try to eat some of it before we headed out for the day. But before we go, we're going to stop by the pro shop. The golf course at Blue Bay is really nice. They do have a place where you can buy, golf shirts, shoes, supplies if you need. They do have a restaurant and bar right
on the side of the golf course if you want to just grab a bite to eat. But as we're leaving, we were able to enjoy the views of the Blue Bay Resort. But I want you to take a look at our Airbnb in Gentile, because this is a completely different vibe than where we just came from, and you will see in our next video exactly everything that Gentile and the other side of the island has to offer. See you in the next one.